Please turn to Jeremiah chapter 10. And we're going to, this is part 23, looking at the prophet and the book of Jeremiah. And we are looking from chapter 10, verses 11 to 18. And this passage, this 7-verse passage, has a theme which we're going to call the Lord of the universe. God is Lord of the universe. So here's Jeremiah, and we read this: "Thus you shall say to them, the gods who did not make the heavens and the earth shall perish from the earth and from under the heavens." So here's the point. Whenever God presents himself to an unbelieving world, he always introduces himself as creator. It is he who made the earth by his power, who established the world by his wisdom, and by his understanding stretched out the heavens. Now, that expression that God created the heavens and the earth with understanding, that means intelligence, and he stretched out the heavens. Now we could read that and go, oh, that's just, yeah, and big deal. Well, I hope to show you that it is a phenomenally big deal that the Bible makes this declaration that the stars and the planets have been put in place and stretched out. If you know anything about astronomy and cosmology, you would know that the heavens that we observe right now, the stars, the planets, and the night sky, is actually being stretched out. It's called the inflationary universe. The universe actually is expanding, and it's expanding faster than the speed of light. And it's an amazing thing that 3, 4, 5, 6,000 years before mankind discovered this with sophisticated telescopes, that the Bible said it. Pretty amazing. Christianity, we're going to see, invites challenge. It invites examination. It invites you to check out its claims. It doesn't want you to switch your brain off. It calls for investigation. Scientists tell us that everything had a beginning. Now, Christians have known this for a long time. It says, in the beginning, God created. Bang, there was a moment when there was nothing, and then God spoke, and everything came into existence. Now, scientists tell us, kind of, that's what happened. They put a word on it. In fact, they call it the Big Bang. Now, don't think of it in terms of an explosion. Don't think of it in terms of out there in space there was nothing, and then, as Stephen Hawking says, cosmic energy and physics got together and went bang, and everything just came out of that. Don't think of it like that. But think of, before there was anything, there was God. And then God spoke, and everything from that moment came into existence. And from that moment, referred to as the Big Bang, all matter. Do you know what matter is? You're sitting in it. It's what you can feel. All matter came into existence. When you have separation of matter, an object here and an object here, between them, you have what's called space. Space began from that point. And for a long time, we used to think that between this object and this object, there was just nothing. They even called it a vacuum. Nothing. Now they know there's heaps of stuff in here. It's called energy. And all energy began at a single moment in time. So I want you to think about this. All matter began. All space began, a present location. All energy began at a certain point in time. Something caused it. Greg Kokel, friend of our church, says this: the Big Bang requires a big banger. These things don't start themselves. A friend of mine said that he put it this way to a whole bunch of young kids. He said, imagine you take a PC, that's a computer for those people who, anyway, and you put it in the corner. You don't plug it in, you just put it in the corner. Now, how long do you have to wait before it plugs itself in, writes its own Windows software, boots up, and starts writing novels? Do we give it, 1,000 years? What if we gave it 1,000,000 years? What if we gave it 1 billion years? What if we gave it 1 trillion years? Get the idea? Nothing is ever going to cause itself to come into existence. If something is caused, someone caused it. Does that make sense? God is the first cause. So if we know that matter, time, space, and energy had a beginning, whatever caused it to come into existence must not be made of matter, must not be subject to time, must not be subject to space. So let's see who we're looking for here. We're looking for someone who is immaterial. The word is spirit. We're looking for someone who is beyond energy. The word is omnipotent, all-powerful. We're looking for someone who's not subject to time. The word is eternal. And we're looking for someone who is not subject to a location. That's omnipresent. Who could that be? You see, I don't want to sound silly here, but I want us to use our minds and realise all of those things, matter, time, space, energy, could not have created themselves.